So for those of you who don't know DADA, I'm just going to go very quickly and briefly. It's a social network where people speak to each other through drawings, and each panel is made by a different person. And so the way it works is that you make a drawing and anyone around the world can reply with a drawing. And what that does is that it really, because we're communicating with each other, it really builds very, very strong bonds between people. And so we have this community of people who are just making art together just for the love of it, all for intrinsic motivations. So the challenge that we had that we're answering with the invisible economy is we have thousands and thousands of these visual conversations, and there's a lot of value created by the community already. And how you make sustainable a community that is motivated just by intrinsic rewards. And so at the moment that you put the variable money into the system, the magic will break, right? So I spent 2 years really going deep into economics and incentives, and came up with the invisible economy, which is based in really one single insight, which is that at the moment that you replace intrinsic motivations, the love to make art, for instance, by extrinsic motivations, especially expected extrinsic rewards like money, the intrinsic motivations disappear or diminish. And in turn, this hurts also creativity, innovation, and art. And so the invisible economy basically is the radical separation of art and the market. And in order to preserve those intrinsic motivations, and in order to preserve the social norms that govern DADA today. And so we can, I think, get away with this by hiding and doing all kinds of mechanisms to separate the actual art from the transactions, because blockchain allows for the economy to be also transparent. Anyone can just check the transactions on the blockchain. So we created our own incentive framework. It's based on two axes. One is the balance, looking for a balance between extrinsic motivations and intrinsic motivations, and the balance between the individual needs and the community needs. And so we start with a basic income so that people have the enough security to actually pursue their spiritual rewards. And we also, on the other side, think about autonomy, not in a way that we're all equal, but the opposite. We're all different, and we should recognize and promote that difference. But we are also, on the other side, promoted interdependence. So we're all autonomous, but we're interrelated among each other and within the system. And so basically it is about building trust. And we're taking this system a little bit further, and because our use case is art, and we're thinking about art as a currency and the system as art. We're separating the functions of money. We're using NFTs, drawings as a medium of exchange, and we're really subverting a lot of the assumptions and core beliefs we have. And the way I see it is DADA itself is an information network, which is the way value is created today in society. And if we introduce money, if we launch our own money, then we are co-opting two of the most important social institutions of today. And we can do this in our own way. And so the way we're doing it is by leveraging the wisdom of the crowd, but organizing the economy not based on scarcity, competition, and self-interest, but instead on creativity, altruism, and interdependence. And that's it. We are actually creating a completely new system. I see this group as as an exercise in collective imagination. And I think a lot of us here are also from the crypto art ecosystem. I think it's also a good way of discussing these ideas so that we can shape the ecosystem instead of the ecosystem shaping itself. And I also think about art movements, how they came about. And you know, it was always, it was never in isolation. It always involved sustained conversations, passionate people, passionate conversations between friends, sustain over time. So I see this as a way of grabbing that driving force and move forward with it. So I'm very thankful that you're all here, and I will pass the baton to my co-host and dear friend Primavera.